Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Silky, silky soul singer. My silky, silky soul. I haven't hit you with my country song in a while either. Didn't know I was headed to a nightmare when you rocked me to sleep. I used to swim through shallow waters cause your heart ached too deep. Your touch felt warm, but it never felt secure. And it's all good cause I'm not done yet. There's levels to this mess. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hopefully, everybody is ready to send these kids back to school. Me, myself, I was up at 3 o'clock this morning picking out the layers that need to go outside. Okay. He enjoyed his birthday. Thank you for everyone who sent out love and, thank you for all donations. Thank you for your support. If you really want to support the channel, hit like, share, and subscribe. And definitely order the book Inside Gossip. I'm definitely trying to get everybody informed, right? So, what did you guys do in the last few weeks? Like, I was hearing for the last few years, they were inviting all these people to the cookout, and now everybody has been uninvited. Something I can't say, sadly, is a surprise because y'all weren't supposed to do that anyway. Half the people in your family you don't invite to the cookout. You're inviting everybody else to the cookout. Well, so far goes for outside validation. I've been telling you folks, stop inviting everybody to your cookout, including your family members, especially the ones that only buy the cheap stuff. Yeah, those people. Or the people who bring the takeout containers, but you've never had a morsel of edible food over at their house. Weird. What y'all done did? What y'all done did? And I made a prediction. In when I got my first computer, it was an IBM, the ones with the modem and the hard drive and everything. And my father had bought me a two CDs for my first computer. It was Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC and My Life by Mary J. Blige, right? So kick it. I said this when I first saw the computer. I said, we about to know everything. We about to know way more than what we supposed to know. So fast forward to when I started working in a DDA facility called Rosewood Hospital Center. Shout out to all of the alumni from there, not the cliques, not the ones who actually made that place horrible only because they were running around on the grounds. They actually used the grounds as their own personal escorting business. Like, it was crazy. And that's why I don't like working in big buildings either, because for some reason people become lazy, and if they work with a person for like 8 hours and then it goes to 16, somehow they feel more invested in their coworkers than they do in their family. Like, they really don't care about their kids once they go to work. They don't care about their family members once they go to work. They like shut in, and the work people become their family. However that is, like, it makes it very hard. So watch out if you got somebody who work in buildings with a lot. But you know what? Doesn't even matter whether they have a building or not. Do you have a trustworthy spouse? I didn't, apparently. I don't want any of them back. If you see any of them trying to claim me, tell them that I died. I disappeared. And no. Tell them no. They didn't leave a lot to be desired at all. So, as far as my old dating life, I don't have one. And the kids they came from immaculate conception. All right, so we're going to go with Psalms 129 because kibitz. Many a time have they afflicted me from my youth. May Israel now say. Many a time have they afflicted me from my youth, yet they have not prevailed against me. The plowers plowed upon my back, they made long their furrows. The Lord is righteous, he hath cut asunder the cords of the wicked. Let them all be confounded and turned back that hate Zion. Let them be as the grass upon the housetops, which withereth afore it groweth up, wherewith the mower filleth not his hand, nor he that bindeth sheaves his bosom. Neither do they which go by say, the blessing of the Lord be upon you. We bless you in the name of the Lord. And like I always say, it's above me now. It's out of my hands. I can't do anything about it. Once it's out of your mouth, once the action is done, it is out of our hands, and you have to let the things flow, even if it's good, even if it's bad, because, karma. We now actively have people in the streets looking for bliss. They are actively looking for bliss, high and low, because ignorance used to be a shield. It isn't no longer. You don't have the excuse of being ignorant. Like, there's all this stuff. There's Google, there's Chat GPT, there's Grok or whatever that thing is. They have so many ways for you to find information that it's pretty hard for you to innocently claim that you just didn't know. But there's a window. There's a window of ignorance you can have. You got just enough time to look it up, and then it's over. So weird, so weird. And shout out to Cardi B. I don't know what she's going through. And apparently she's going through the same thing that just about every one of us has gone through. We get with an ex. Well, we get with a guy. We know he's not that attractive, but we get with him anyway, and he plays really, really nice because he knows you're attractive. He knows your potential. So he plays good, and you giving him the benefit of the doubt because everybody's like, no, she only wants to date this one. She only wants to date that one. And you give him the benefit of the doubt. And you go all in, and then he makes a fool of you. But then we have the thing with Stefan. Everybody had fair warning of Stefan, even me. And I'm not, look, I am not in that crowd, but you can come across this information. So after that locker room thing, and I see, Cardi with Stefan, I'm like, wow, like, okay, that's what's up. But I watched. Now, here's the thing that kind of sent like the spidey senses through me when it came to Cardi and Stefan. Stefan's not a singer, and he wears a lot of Prince inspired kind of silhouettes. Issue, he's a jock. But the problem is with that is he already didn't have a good background coming up. If you go dig into the archives, he just wasn't that. And then all of a sudden he becomes a jockey, gets this contract. Now he's dancing like Prince part-time. He can't sing. We've never seen him really do anything really creative. So what was the whole spiel for? Men study you. Many men study your fashion, your culture, and they act like they're woke and they're on the same frequency as you. And honestly, it's just not happening. He did the same thing that a lot of men do. They play the part, they cosplay the good guy, they cosplay the spiritual guy, they cosplay the guy who isn't extra macho, they cosplay the guy who, they cosplay the guy that they want to be or the guy that they need to be to get you, all to still just hit the default button eventually and still be like that. Like I said, shout out to the wonderful kids that were had, because we don't know until the mistake is had. We honestly don't know. We're trying. We're doing a thing. We're trying a thing. Some of us are doing it because of we wanted kids. Some of us are doing it because we wanted a family. Some of us are doing it because our families put a lot of pressure on us. And some of us, you know, we do it for peer pressure. However, whatever reason you chose to have your kids, they're here now and they have to be loved and they have to be provided for. It's just, you know, sometimes people on the outside looking in can see the mistake that you're making before you can. And it happens a lot. It's just that the people that are rich are making the mistakes, they're making the same exact mistakes that the people that are poor are making. It's just that it's being delved into more because these people are celebrities. So it was like, wow, wow. Nobody's above anything, right? Something I've been saying for a long time. Like I said, I've been around some pretty rich guys and they were horrible. I've been around some poor guys who were able to act nice until you get them a sandwich and then a breath away. You know what I'm saying? So really, you can't even go on that. And how dare I heard a rumor that someone said I was a gold digger. Ah, damn it. I wish I had been in the beginning. I would have never had any kids, honestly. Either way, the gold I got was from my own womb. Those kids are awesome and they're smart, right? So doesn't matter after all. Even though it is really expensive rearing kids by yourself while you got somebody actively trying to be bougie while not taking care of their kids. Awesome. It happened twice. And that's why it's so many years between the two. Because really, I be living my life. So we've got Pink Tarot this morning. Pink Tarot. And where are all the jerks that are usually here trying to abuse me this morning? Are you guys abusing your girlfriends this morning or whatever? Are you talking to people who like don't know you in real and like because for real, I used to think that you had to meet a person in real life, but after going through some of the comments, if some of your jobs or your girlfriends actually saw how you talk to women that you don't know, you guys would be like seriously, nobody would come near you because you guys are very bold behind like a letter and a color, not knowing that it's actually attached to a real human being. And thank God for TikTok investigators. You guys are better than the FBI, CIA, all the alphabet groups, because you guys find these guys like lightning fire. That's the one app I regret not having is TikTok, because you guys have a crew that is off the hook. It's just that you also have like a lot of toxic groups that I'm not ready for. But I do like that sound that happens when it goes at the end. That should be fire. Like it gives. It gives. It does. It's like the punctuation on top of a punctuation, especially when somebody's doing like some crap and they did a mic drop like last line. I love that part. Keep doing it. I love it. But yeah, I was sitting there tripping off of Myron, the red pill guy this morning. Abba and Preach. Oh my gosh. They served up Myron. Oh my gosh. And I don't know who's Preach. I don't know who's Abba, but he did the roller skate thing. Oh my God. I love roller skates. I think I'm going to take a page out of his book. He says wherever he goes to a roller skate rink. I think that's going to be my new thing. Wherever I travel to, I'm going to find the roller skate rink. It's something else I need to find because I always find the seafood place. I need to find the roller skate rink, and it's something else that I need to be able to find. Oh, the museum that I like. I know in Las Vegas, I like the crime museum. I like that one because it actually tells the truth and the real history of America. And they have a really cool money room. I don't know. So yeah, that New York has a great planetary museum, but I'm only going there because I want to see the planets. Neil deGrasse, it's you. Um, shout out to the co-star. I can't even think of his name right now. I'm sorry, so disrespectful. But yeah, so I like the museums, I like the gardens, and I'm going to start looking for skating rinks because I like to skate. I actually do. I have to order a new pair of Chicago's. My son that came home for a couple of days, He's in the service. He came home, he bought skates, he went skating. I was like, ah. But I wanted him to enjoy himself. I don't make him babysit if he does not. He has a life. He only came home for a couple of days. So yeah. So we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got Virgo Libra energy, and there are people that are like ganging up together to do more stuff, and it's weird because it's not going to work. So, unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear minded perspective. And there's a maybe, there's a Queen of Swords, and she's sitting at the edge of the water. So, she's waiting for you to come and apologize to her. She's basically sitting there waiting to cut your head off. She's waiting for you to say the wrong thing because she knows that you try to play in her face. And she'll be danged if she's going to run a kingdom full of jesters. So, she's going to cut your head off, okay? Off with their heads. Ha ha ha. So that is that. And that is Virgo Libra energy. The next card coming out is upside down. Let's make sure my deck is not upside down. It is. It is. You didn't see that. We're just not going to look. All right. So turn it around. Boop. So we've got the 8 of Swords. With a lot of swords out here. A lot of cold-hearted. Cold-hearted. So we've got the 8. There's a no. If there's the question on your mind, negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, entrapment. So we've got a person who likes to do the deed but does not like to get caught. That's what's up. Somebody's catching a case. Somebody's caught a case, and somebody doesn't know where the case came from. All right. Discovery papers. Discovery. Sometimes it's discovering that that person has been hiding way more than a small secret. The secret's in their pants. The secret's in their pants. Take them to the doctor and send them with a chance. All right. So, looks like you have to be ready to cut people off. You need to have the hard conversations first off and foremost before you start having sleepless nights, because someone's having a sleepless night because they are holding a large amount of guilt. They know what they do. They just hope that you don't. Somebody's keeping a lot of heinous secrets. Oh gosh, they're having all these meetings with other people. There's a lot of third parties. Third party isn't always the person they're cheating on you with. Sometimes the third party is the person they're plotting on you with, the person that they're going to steal all your things with, the person who basically they come up with all these dumb ideas and they try to execute them. They just hope something gets through. So, like I said, we've had the Queen of Swords right here. We have the 8 of Swords right here. Then we have the 9 of Swords. Lots of swords. So, let's just say we ain't got no cut cards, all right? So, anybody can get it right now. There is no loyalty amongst these thieves. Everybody's trying to get their way. 89 can be significant. 98, somebody's born in 98, 89. Haven't the slightest idea who are these clowns. You're ruining your life before you live it. All right, so we have Virgo, Libra, Gemini energy out here. So we have a sign against another sign. So there's a Gemini against another Gemini. There are air signs against air signs. There's a lot of wind. There's a lot of blowing. I'll huff and I'll puff, and somebody's blowing the house down. Either it's your foundation, it's your shelter, or it's your house, your temple. Somebody's house is coming down. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. All right. So now we got a 7, 8, 9, 7, 1 Nick 7, and a glove in your mouth. Woo! Murder was the case that they gave me. All right. We've got Scorpio, maybe. All right. So opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. So somebody has a hope and a wish and a prayer in the dream. So let's go backwards before we go forwards. This was the 7 with the Scorpio energy. Let's see. You see, that's a maybe there. Look, I let you see. I do. I really do. Opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. So somebody's daydreaming. I think that was Selena. Was that Selena? Daydreaming and thinking of you. Yeah. Oh, I remember how Selena went out. There was somebody who was so in love with her that she ended up being jealous of her, and she did a crime of passion. Crime of passion. COP. That spells cop. So we might have somebody who's in a law or law official, or somebody who's connected to the law and they want to get away with it, or they're trying to get past the law, or they're trying to get over the law. It's something about that. So COP, crime of passion. So maybe somebody is so intensely upset that obsessed that they may be capable of hurting someone due to an intense amount of passion. Honestly, we understand that you can have passion, but to hurt someone means that you really don't love them. And you take away your opportunity to actually have a healthy interaction with them. And you're also taking away your opportunity to have a healthy interaction with yourself. Like, question yourself, why does this person make me feel this intense? Why do I feel this intense? What can I do to not feel this intense? And if I don't alleviate this intense feeling without violence, this can lead to something. This can lead to something dangerous. This can lead to me being put in a situation where I'm no longer going to be safe, because sometimes karma strikes really, really fast. So the minute you think you're going towards someone to hurt them, even though in your mind you've rationalized it, it's still 1 + 1 = 2. You can't do that just because that person doesn't give you the attention or you don't have the access. Because a lot of times, the people who do this outrageous thing because of denial of access, they're not really usually good people. They're not the person helping that person out. They're not a person helping that person live life better. They're not contributing to that person having happy, healthy lifestyle. They're just a person that feels entitled to that person. And we have to not do that. There are so many people in this world who really visually like people. I mean, think how many people have fallen in love through the screen. But you have to think, a lot of people aren't acting out these things. They're not going to people's homes and going to people's place of business and things of that nature and ruining not only that person's life, but their own lives. Like, there was at some point safety between the computer screen, but now we have individuals that feel entitled to access, and that is a very, very poor character. And that also makes the internet like that double-edged sword. So going back, I don't know why that energy got me so good. It's because maybe there is a person who's a little unhinged and they may need to dial it back a lot. And a lot of times when people enter the chat and they start saying a lot of toxic things, the person that's in the chat that isn't saying anything, they're reading that and they're using that as fuel to actually do more things that are bad. And trust me, I've been around heinous crime. Like I said, I used to work at Rosewood. When I left from Rosewood, I worked there maybe about 7 years. And then from there, I took a little short break and then I started working at Clifton T. Perkins. For anyone who knows and anyone who Googles, that is supposed to be high max. And then I went to mid max. my last DDA facility was Spring Grove. After that, I did no longer want to be in DDA. And the reason why is because I felt like my coworkers, there was just a very thin line between my coworkers and my clients. And the line was getting thinner, especially when this girl started working on the floor at the second facility. And she kept, and it was wild because they kept her on and they just kept transferring her to different units. But this woman came in as a CNA, but she kept wanting to practice as a nurse, and she kept insisting that she was a nurse. And eventually she pressured people so much that they started trying to let her. And that in itself should have been questioned. Like, I feel like the higher ups that even tried to let that happen should have got the ixnay right away. It shouldn't have been no probation, shouldn't have been no nothing, because you have somebody displaying very strange characteristics in a mental facility, and they're not the ones being locked in. This person gets out every day. No. And then I just started seeing a pattern and stuff, so I had to get out of there. So yeah, me having that type of experience, knowing like the duality of people, and knowing that the only difference of you wilding out is a moment that can be not construed. Like, yeah, we're not doing that. So I came up out of there. It's just unfortunately now that I've actually stepped away from everybody as long as I have, I really see, I'm not even going to quote numbers because this will sting. I see a lot of people as potential problems. Yeah, I do. So yeah, even some professional doctors. Like, I went to a doctor's office the other day, and there were more than one doctor. There is like more than one doctor practicing in there. And the doctor that came to get the patient, they kind of made me look at them a little weird because good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hopefully, everybody's having their coffee. Happy birthday. Happy new calendar year. Let's get it. But yeah, you have to be mindful. And this doctor was displaying some agitating skin inflammation. And a lot of times, if you don't know, skin inflammation is caused by what? Undue stress and gut health. So when you have a pediatrician, a practitioner of any kind displaying outward, I'm not ignoring you. When they're displaying outward, you have to understand that I've had a lot of weirdos in my chat, and they're very abusive. So I'm not quick to speak to people. Now, yeah. So, and they hide and they gang stalk. So yeah. So when you have a practitioner that's able, that is like a breath's hair away from the information they need to fix that, you also have to question a person's oh, goodbye then. Now, yeah, you have to question a person's psych, because as a practitioner, you have the knowledge, you have the resources, you have the colleagues, you have, you have things that you could, go by to fix your issues. But when a practitioner or a person chooses not to, you have to think about the deeper issues, the deeper things, the family situation, the economics, the family dynamic. Is this person happy? Is this person lonely? Is this person no longer enthusiastic about their practice? Because the last thing you want is a doctor that no longer wants to be healthy, working on your health, if you see where I'm going here. So yeah, with that being said, this person that's on the 7 of Cups, yeah, that person, you got to watch out, because there are some people that are entitled and they're obsessed, and they will hurt you because they can't live their life the way they want, or they can't control you, but they can't control themselves. So it's really weird. So protect yourself, be aware, know who you're dealing with, run background checks. I don't care. Look them up, ask to see what's on the phone. If it looks like they're taking a picture of you, ask to see. Like, seriously, people are weird now. So we've got the anxiety, worry, fear, depression, nightmares, insomnia, hopelessness, trauma, despair. That was what I was saying in that second Gemini card. And that's the 9 sword, that's sleepless. Somebody is really uncomfortable in their skin right now, dealing with whatever they're trying to fight against. And like I said, the negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, entrapment. That is what's going on. This is what's in the current energy right now. Excuse me. And like I said, with the Virgo, excuse me, Virgo Libra card, unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear minded, perceptive. So this Queen of Swords is definitely going to see the Fool coming. It probably was this person, this comedian or whatever, that jumped in here and basically tried to make me just talk to him. But I'm honestly talking to, yeah, I'm talking on my live. I'm doing my thing, and I'm glad that he was able to come and visit me. But to actually treat me as though he's like, I don't know. Nice to see you. You are the not. What a maroon. Anywho, like I was saying, there's a lot of deception going on this beginning of the year. Maybe somebody's trying to put the kids on the taxes and they're looking to see who's going to be dumb enough to let them have the Social Security number. It's not happening. We're opting for peace. We're opting for peace. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, happy Monday. So when we got this cleared spread, we've got a 12. We've got the Hangman coming out for whoever this is for. So we've got the Triton, that's Neptune energy. We've got an air trine out here. That's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The Hangman, pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment. Enlightenment, viewing things different than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, and release. So sacrifice, change, and release looks a lot different for all of us. Like I said, this is the air trine. And let's look to the side. 12 reduces to 3, which is about communication and creativity. So if there's a life path out here for 3, it's about communication and creativity. And the question that's on your mind there is a maybe. So you may need to pause, you may need to surrender your, let go, sacrifice, that sort of thing. Same thing in a bunch of different ways. You might have to change your mode of thinking. You might have to change your plans. You might have to let the thing go that you were so sure about because, hey, these aren't sure times right now. You really need to find what works, what's flowing for you, what actually has you in the ebb. Sometimes you can't be so attached to the result that you forget that there's a journey that needs to be had. And if you attach yourself to the result so much, you're going to be just as much disappointed if you don't get that result. Try to attach yourself to the journey so that when the result happens, if it should not happen to go your way, you won't be devastated. Okay. And that really plays out a lot in romantic relationships. Nowadays, you really have to be ready to go. You have to be ready to go. Not tomorrow, not after that bad thing happens, not when it gets horrible, not when you have a black eye. You need to go as soon as you, nah. As soon as that happens, nah. As soon as you get in the car and you're like, nah, that it, block, delete. That's it. Some people should be given chances, and it's right for you to try to make a good connection. But if it's not there, don't force it. And if you don't find that person attractive, don't do it. Don't do it. Beyonce got cheated on. Tiana Taylor just went through something, and I'm pissed at that guy. And I don't even know both of them. I'm pissed off at both of them because they were beautiful people, and I had a lot of hope for them. And it pissed me off when I read that article. It said, whatever. They pissed me off because they're pretty people, and they pissed me off. They look like marble statues next to each other. And then this happens. So yeah. If she can leave that dude, if Tiana Taylor can leave that dude and Iman Shumpert, why are you staying with that broke dude? Why are you staying with that dude that stinks? Why are you staying with that dude that does not mind saying wild, crazy things to you? Why are you staying with that woman that does not mind bringing up your homeboy's paycheck? Why? Why are you staying with that woman that you can never do enough for? Why are you staying with that man that always talks about your wig and he knows it's a freaking wig? Just get her a freaking wig account or mind your business. Stop picking people apart that you're not willing to help, because Trust me, they'll be fine without you or your opinion. It's called Control Alt Delete. It's called I didn't turn on my phone today. It's called I didn't log into social media. It's called you've been blocked. Like, be careful. You guys are so quick to talk, not knowing what's falling out of your mouth might just be trash. And no one's willing to recycle. Some plastics don't get recycled. Some people don't either. Go figure. So, yeah, we've got the hangman out here for Monday. And we've got regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. What the heck did you guys do? I thought we were going to start off 2026 in a stallion year. You know what? We are starting in a stallion year. At least we know people can't be trusted. Let's just say that's a up. We know we're up because we already like we've reset the button. Nobody can be trusted. Man, woman, child, nobody. So now we have the hard job of actually learning how to be humans again. Brava! You've done so much, too much. Ain't nobody gonna let you do no more. I find it funny because I didn't care. I thought you guys sucked anyway. The internet just made it really easy to find out. It did. A lot of us were okay before we found out what everybody was thinking. And now it's a shit show. It's definitely a shit show. So that 12 broke down to a 3. Then we've got the 5, that hermit that came out, and that's the Scorpio, and that makes that 5, and then that makes that what? That makes that 8. Let's bring the next card out. Gemini, Cancer energy. How? I've been giving you water signs hell for the last 3 days. You guys have been trying to, because we got like some, look, this sidebar note. We got some people that be going on that witch talk, TikTok or whatever, and they actually trying them spells. They running around with candle wax. They going in the graveyard. They digging in dirt. Like they actually trying. And what the funny part about it is, it's not the kids. It is not a bunch. Well, it's some of them. Some of them is children. Some of them is children. Some of them is children. Not young children, though. They're like 18, 19, 20. Some of them in sororities, but they do that. The whole sorority thing is the Divine Nine. You take your own information. But yeah, that. And it's like, that there are like some 40, 50, 60-year olds, because remember, it was the girl, she had dreads and she used to have the long nails, and she does the accent sometimes, but she actually is a self-proclaimed witch. Like, she tells you that stuff, and she says, oh, and she do the spells and stuff. You think she's still on there because ain't nobody listening to her? Yeah, it's a bunch of ignorant adults, young adults, teenagers that's out there actually experimenting, and because they don't see the result right away, they just keep playing and dabbling in it. Oh boy, Father God got your number. Because even if you don't think nothing happened, what the problem is, you put your hands in it, and God see when you be trying to do bad stuff. That's like when God see when you stole that out your mama purse, or they seen that when you actually hit that thing, you knew that wasn't your credit card, but because it popped up in the little part for the thing, you hit it anyway just to see if it was going to go through. See, that was still a crime. That was still a crime. So whether you call it witchcraft, fraud, scamming, hiding people's stuff, which is usually what it is, or like, going behind people's back and telling people this thing and then telling people that thing and then making things a little bit confused, or changing the address on certain things, or changing the demographic on other things. Yeah, it all's evil. So yeah, when you put your hands in stuff like that, just be prepared for karma to happen. Sometimes quick, sometimes slow, but it's going to happen. There you go. It will happen. Probably it usually waits until you get real comfortable and like until like or like you get an audience or like with some real stuff that you take pride in so they can go bow and slap you down. What up? I don't know why that's funny to me. I guess it's because when I do that sound, it remind me of that time when my sister, and my mother was at me, my sister, my niece, and my mother was at the beach in Florida. And it was a wave coming and the water was rough that time. So I think my niece was somewhere else. My mother was staring off somewhere. I'm looking at my sister and she looking at me, but she in the water, but she facing me, and she waving and dancing and stuff. And I was pregnant at the time. I was pregnant with Alex. I remember my belly was big, and I'm looking at her, and I see the wave, and my sister's shorter than me. I see the wave coming, and I look, and the wave looked like it's growing. So I'm like, I'm trying to tell her, look behind you, because she's short, and the water was rough that year. Look behind you. So she like look at me and she like, oh, dance harder. So she started dancing harder. And I'm like, no. The wave went. It looked like the wave went. Anybody looking? Anybody looking? Wow. I was like, oh my God, my sister. And I couldn't run into the water because the water was rough. So I actually had to run down close to the water and tell her to lay down and roll towards me so I could pull her out. That was so funny. But see, you got to pay attention. One, we all knew that the water was rough. You got to pay attention. And even though sometimes you might got to look out, sometimes you got to look out for yourself. A person can only do but so much. That was so funny. That's what reminded me of that. It reminded me of that because you can't trust the water. You can't trust the emotions of these people. That's the water. That's what the water represents. Oh my God, it's weird because she's a fucking Virgo. Anyway, like I said, this is Gemini Cancer energy, and this is untrusting. So there's a Gemini Cancer cusp that may or may not just be an all out liar, and they know how to mirror everybody. They mirror everybody. So you almost never know if they're lying until shit hit the fan. So don't trust this person. Just be wary of everybody like we used to be. Can't be a blooming idiot everywhere, right? Yeah. So yeah, protect yourself, be sure of yourself. That was definitely some stuff. That was some work there. We got Scorpio, Gemini, Cancer in this car read. Compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. Yeah, my heart beat, but it stopped as soon as you start lying. Yep, you're going to get cut off as soon as the lies happen. Hopefully, this isn't you, but if it is, just know this person is going to call your bluff. They're going to do some research, and there may even be a detective on your tail. So, even if the person's asking questions, they probably already know the answer. They just want to see if you're going to lie about it. Oh, yeah. So, let's do our last spread before I go on about my business. Ooh, do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. It doesn't give you right to catch an attitude, but don't worry. I'm happy. Yeah. That was just some freestyling. I don't think that's in there. But I do like cryptic thoughts, cryptic notes. That was my last song that I was singing. I like that song. Cryptic, 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 cryptic notes. I was like, I have to do something with my devices. For some reason, it's running really slow. It is. It's running so very slow, and I need to do something with it. Why does it keep putting me in here when I don't even want this app open? Thank you. Weird. And that was crazy yesterday morning when I actually don't usually come on Saturdays, and I got on and it's just like a bunch of guys were in there being like really super mean or weird or whatever you want to call it. And it just goes to show you human nature hasn't changed very much at all. It's just that the internet has made it so very you can see it's blown it right wide open. You can actually really see like the algorithm of people's minds. Like it's really not worth it to talk to people anymore. It's not. Mm-mm. You got to be really careful. Like saying hi to a person can get you in like a weird non-relationship with a person that you've never touched or seen before. And then they're call you weird names like gold diggers and sluts and hoes and stuff, but they've never been able to even get a fart from you or anything like an elbow touch from you. But they feel entitled to give you all these titles. Oh, weird. I had found it. I found it. I did. Ah! Hey, honey, good morning. Cryptic, 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 cryptic notes. I was drifting, I was sipping, now I am supposed to float. Drifting, drifting, cryptic, 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 cryptic notes. I was drifting, I was sipping, now I am supposed. Tell me how the fire wasn't supposed to burn me. Tell me how a river, yeah, was supposed to make it to sea. How you ninjas get up there, yeah, when it's supposed to be me. How you bitches in that section when baby I paid the fee. Cryptic, 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 cryptic notes. I was drifting, I was sipping, now I am supposed to float. Drifting, cryptic, 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 cryptic notes. I was drifting, I was sipping, now I am supposed to float. Pain led me to the fire, yeah. Then I drowned in my desires. I put my feet into the earth. Came up with clay like a designer, yeah. Cryptic, cryptic, cryptic notes. I was drifting, I was zipping, now I am supposed to float. Drifting, drifting, clifting, cryptic, 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 cryptic notes. I was drifting, I was sipping, now I am supposed to float. It is. I'm actually a writer and a singer, and I have multiple talents. I am a writer first. I write songs, and I am the publisher of this here book, Inside Gossip. If anybody wants to support Inside Gossip on major platforms, Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, and Rose Dog Publishing, available in book form and in Kindle so that you can listen to my book. All right. Yep, this is my song. I did write it. I've written plenty more songs. I got discos, Vega funk. I love country music. I just love music all in all. So yeah, I did write that song. Thank you for asking. And happy Monday. I am about to go get Alex ready for school. We had a great time. We made brownies. We turned them into lava cakes. I put caramel on top of them. So I didn't have to use the icing. I put caramel. So we still have the star part left. We ate the cupcakes. There are only 2 cupcakes left that turned into lava cakes. So very good. It was double chocolate brownies with the chocolate chips and everything in it. And it had the caramel. It was very chewy, very good, extra rich. So we had a great time yesterday. Sunday was everything for us. Happy 8th to Alex once again. Happy birthday. Yesterday was his birthday. And, you know, we did all right. We did all right. We're going to stick to who sticks to us, and that's the way it should be. All right. So signing off. Have a good morning. We're going to go have coffee and breakfast. Yeah. And a shower.